Now, when I was younger, Call of Duty was a lot more popular on YouTube, it seems. It's still somewhat popular, but the heights that it reached, especially during my childhood from about 2011 to 2014, I don't honestly think is matched. I mean, there were so many popular YouTubers back in the day. There was a lot of channels with millions upon millions of subscribers, and now it just seems like most people have moved on to Fortnite. A lot of the Call of Duty community especially has gone on to Fortnite. The views for Call of Duty just aren't what they were like maybe 5 years ago. So back in this era, there were so many different types of content creators on Call of Duty, especially. Even there was gameplay YouTubers who just posted, random gameplay, no commentary. Usually they were going for nukes or something crazy, right? They were doing these insane gameplays. Then of course you have commentary gameplay YouTubers, which is kind of what I am, I guess. It's the best category I fit into. They just would play Call of Duty, they'd talk about a topic just randomly over top of the gameplay. And this community is still somewhat popular, But another big community that was really there back in the day was the Call of Duty trolling community. Now, there are still a few channels that are uploading Call of Duty trolling videos, but for the most part, it's just not happening anymore. Now, if you're not aware of what Call of Duty trolling is, I honestly feel kind of bad for you because A, you missed a highlight era of YouTube, and B, it was a huge part of a lot of our childhoods. I know there's people out there watching this who, you're thinking back on it and you can remember how big Call of Duty trolling was back in the day. So for those of you who are somehow unfamiliar with what Call of Duty trolling is, it was basically these videos that got posted by these channels where it would revolve centrally around them going into lobbies and fucking with people in the game. Like, they'd go into sticks and stones and they'd knife people, so they would go back and it would lower their score. They would get little kids in 1v1s and they would just mess with them. They'd turn on headshots only, and the whole time they'd be recording their reaction and what they said and what they did basically, so they could upload a highlight of it on their channel, and then of course we would all watch it and it would be the funniest thing of all time to us. And this was extremely popular when I was from about the ages of 11 to 13, right in there between Modern Warfare 2 going into Modern Warfare 3, all the way up really until about Black Ops 2 and Ghosts, and then it just seems to, from then on, kind of declined and, is starting to just kind of go away. And these videos were nothing light. Okay, these videos garnered millions of views. Channels like Minnesota Burns got millions of views on average on most of his videos, during this time frame at least. He did move on, I'll talk about him in a minute. So, while I'm sure there's obviously channels that aren't let's see, Kozdov, TK, and Lieutenant Lick Me to a certain extent, who are still making Call of Duty trolling videos, it's nothing like it used to be. And there's a lot of reasons behind that, and there was a lot of prominence in this era, and there was just a lot of stuff to look back on from this era. Now, my favorite example from this entire thing is Minnesota Burns. Okay, this guy was one of the best Call of Duty trolls of all time. Minnesota Burns would pretend that he was this guy named John Trollinski with Trollarch, and he would go and he'd get these kids, and he would do so many different things just to troll them and to mess with them and get them mad. Oftentimes their parents would get on the mic with a negative reaction. He would get this all on camera, he'd troll them. It was crazy to what extent he got these people too, and he did it very regularly. I mean, he was posting plenty of videos of these trolling moments, and like I said, he was getting millions of views. This wasn't anything light. Among his most popular videos are Angriest Little Kid on Black Ops 2 1v1 Rage with almost 8 million views, Angriest Modern Warfare 3 player ever with almost 7 million views, 1v1 Rage on Black Ops 2 with almost 6.5 million views, 9-year-old Rager Trolled with almost 6 million views. And with these 4 videos, they were actually uploaded onto YouTube 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, and 6 years ago. So you can see that this wasn't just something random that happened over the years. He had a huge spike during this time frame, and I really found him during Black Ops 2. That was my favorite Call of Duty game of all time. I still maintain that as the best COD ever made. And during this time, this was just the funniest shit of all time. And I've tried to rewatch a little bit of it now that I'm 18 and stuff, and it doesn't have the same appeal feel that it did when I was a younger kid, but I mean, you can look back on it and at least get the nostalgia from it. Over time, though, Minnesota Burns' trolling content that he was uploading started to kind of taper off, and more of these random videos such as, well, let's see here. Well, for instance, 1 year ago, 10 biggest DLC ripoffs of all time. 10 video game gadgets that changed everything. He kind of became like this top 10 channel there for a really long time. He kind of changed up his content a few different times. He's disappeared from YouTube for a total of like 3 or 4 years pretty much. Most of this content being uploaded that I'm kind of telling you guys about, it wasn't even really his content. I'm pretty sure he actually had a community channel going off for a while there. So for a while he wasn't even uploading to his own channel for like 3 to 4 years. And then he comes back and this is in Modern Warfare Remastered, too. And he pretty much tells everybody that he's probably done trolling forever. He thinks that he's too old to be doing it at this point. He thinks that he kind of got a little bit burnt out on it. He also doesn't think that it's really feasible to do anymore. And the reason behind that is actually a reason that I kind of covered in the Kids Couldn't Survive Modern Warfare 2 lobbies video, where I talked about how game chat in video games is pretty much gone. And that was a huge thing for Minnesota Burns' channel. I mean, when he got people in game chat, that was just gold for him. That was what he needed. He needed people to be in that chat so he could record their reaction when he trolled them. And when everybody's in a party chat with their friends now and they're not just going to invite some random dude in who's pissing them off, you know, you're just not going to get much content made anyways. And this is another thing that kind of sucks, man, about gaming, is that game chat is pretty much gone. Unless you're playing like a game like CSGO, or you just get into a magic lobby where kids don't know how to use party chat, you're just not going to see that many people in there. The people in game chat at this point just don't really understand how to use their consoles, and also don't really understand that it's not the norm to be in game chat anymore, you know? And Burns wasn't the only one to start quitting trolling over time, man. The whole Call of Duty trolling community kind of just started tapering off. The last real height it ever saw, honestly, was in Black Ops 3. I saw a few of those videos from other prominent trolling channels and stuff like that, but up until this point, man, there's nothing really. I saw like 2 World War II trolling videos in the top 3 pages. I saw 1 Black Ops Blackout video in the top trending pages for Call of Duty trolling. It just doesn't seem like at this point it's ever coming back, and it's yet another side effect of why trolling and stuff like that is going down the drain. I mean, we need game chat back in games. And so while I don't exactly find it funny anymore, channels like Minnesota Burns and stuff like that were a huge part of my childhood, and I know they were a huge part of yours too. Even to this day, after years upon years of losing thousands of subscribers per month, Minnesota Burns' channel is still at almost 2 million subscribers, and right now it seems like he's kind of uploading these weird-ass videos where on his channel there's like Fortnite Battle Royale clutches and streaming highlights and stuff. I think he did a stream highlights video, so I guess he's streaming, but yeah, his channel at this point has been pretty much like top 10 videos for years. I don't ever see him coming back to trolling. He kind of said he's not. He's moved on to his own podcast. A lot of trollers in the community have just kind of disappeared over time. You will still see trolling videos and stuff, just not in Call of Duty, because like in Fortnite and stuff, when you team up, obviously that there's going to be people in game chat, hopefully. I mean, if you're teaming up like solo squads, you need to be in game chat. But in Call of Duty, it just isn't a necessity anymore, unless, like I said, you're in Blackout or something and you go into squads, then yeah, maybe you need, if you're solo queuing, you need to be in chat. But then that's only like 1 out of 3 major modes that you can really troll in a community that seems to have shrunk over the last few years here on YouTube for videos that just don't really seem to be that much in demand anymore for this community. So Fortnite trolling is still extremely popular. That's still popping off. But Call of Duty trolling, which was a childhood era of mine, just isn't coming back. And even if it did, I just couldn't find it funny anymore, you know? It gets old after a while, but when you're like 12, that shit doesn't get old. I can't tell you how many countless hours of Call of Duty trolling videos I watched during my childhood, but it was a lot. So while you and I experienced like Call of Duty trolling and stuff like that as a huge part of our childhood, there is still a new wave of children who are still experiencing these kind of videos as their childhood through Fortnite and games like that. So, like I said, those games still have those kinds of communities, but, you know, kids growing up with Call of Duty now just probably won't understand what I'm saying. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here. Follow me on Twitter at @subtooptimus. Join the Discord down below. Do you guys remember Call of Duty trolling? If you do, you know, reminisce down in the comments below. I remember on the last kind of nostalgia video, the Modern Warfare 2 one, you know, people love to share comments and stuff about stuff they went through and like experiences and, you know, memories they have with that kind of stuff. I enjoyed reading that, man. I thought that was cool. I didn't expect that video to do so well anyways. I figured I was kind of just on the fringe on that one, but no, that video has like 500,000 views. That was just crazy to me, man, how much support that video got. That was crazy. Oh, hey, my phone's going off. Anyways, yeah, that's about it for this video, guys. Thank you to my channel members for your $5 a month. Your financial contributions help my channel tremendously. If you'd like to become a channel member, make sure to do so down below to help support my content. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, trolling kids in Call of Duty, and signing out.